Good morning, everyone. It's Lonnie. We are back in the shed. It is Tuesday, and I have a few orders to pull today. Been a little lazy this morning, but I've been doing a little few knick-knack things around the shed, and yeah, goofing off a good bit too, which I haven't been doing much lately. It felt good, honestly. But let's get to work now. Pop A, Comic Book Champions Robin Pewter. Okay. Pop A, Comic Book Champions. Okay, I'm glad this sold. I've had it a little while. Silver Age, and that's definitely Robin. This sold for, the packaging was kind of beat. That probably didn't help it much. This sold for $14.99 plus shipping on top. The only other thing that has to go out on this account is Joe Rocket motorcycle jacket on mid-A. Okay, you know what, I boxed it already, that's why, because I was having to move from it says Joe on it. That might be it, huh? Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, this thing's ready to go. It had a little bit of wear to it, but you know, there were no rips or anything like that in it. I think I've had it forever. Like, I just didn't list it. I don't know why. It sold pretty quick, $40 plus shipping on top. So not huge money, but definitely a good profit. And ain't no telling how many times I brushed up against it over here on this shelf, this Z-rack, I mean, or whatever you call it. Guess what? I sold a hat. Sold a Sports Afield hat. Is that it? Yeah, I think that is it. Let me look at this other one. This other one's kind of cool too, huh? Oh, that's a Scala. Anyway, the Sports Afield hat sold for $24.99, and I advertised it as an Indiana Jones style hat, which I think is fairly accurate. So, made in USA. And Marsha bought it. So thank you very much, Marsha. You bought a hat. Sold a lot of 7 belt buckles. Thinking this might be them. Yeah, this is heavy. It's definitely buckles. I'm gonna cut this open, take a look at it real quick. This is probably gonna go, yeah, this is gonna go padded flat rate. I might even put it in a little box first. But yeah, 7 belt buckles for 30 bucks. I think I have $1 a piece into those guys. And one more thing, nice lazy day in the shed, which I'm appreciating this day. I don't get those a whole bunch. I think it might actually be this one. Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars swimsuit calendar, signed 13 times. Just make sure. Yep. Got $29.99 plus shipping on top for this. So these calendars are just doing terrific. I have another one that sold a little while ago that's going to ship out tomorrow. So I had no idea there was value in these calendars. Of course, the signatures help, but some of them I've sold without signatures too. I sold a Patriots without signatures or anything for 30 bucks. And then I sold a Saints one a little while ago, no sigs, for 20. But yeah, these are awesome. So I don't know. I don't know if I would have bought these before. There's not a ton of calendars out there. So yeah, that's not a bad thing to pick up if you can get it cheap, for sure. But yeah, that's everything that's going out. Right there. Right on the letters. Ooh, brand new blade. Feels good. Question time. Got some questions pulled up. Let's get started. AJS. Started selling myself, and I've been wondering exactly how you do calculated shipping. When it asks for dimensions and weight, how do you know what to put if you haven't packed it fully? That's a good question. Actually, a question I get a bunch. So typically what I'll do is, if I'm listing something, sometimes I'll guess, but sometimes if something's close, then I'll actually, let me grab something at random. I'll grab this thing right here. So let's say I'm gonna list this thing. I'll plop it on the scale and I'll be like, ooh boy, 0.6. That might be kind of close. And then I'll either know, like especially on first class package, I need to know like I'm probably gonna ship in this box, so I can put that on the scale with it. 0.78. Now I have to figure, will my bubble wrap fit within that bubble wrap tape label? Will that fit in 0.22 pounds? Yes, it will. And then I'm probably going to list that at 16 ounce first class package. Okay, so that's one example. And then I'll just put that thing on the shelf, not packed yet. Another example would be, say, this coffee cup here. I don't even know how much this weighs. I hope it weighs the right amount. Here we go, 0.72. All right, so I already know that that coffee cup is gonna ship. I have some boxes up here that are perfect for coffee cups. I'm gonna ship in one of those boxes. And I also know that by the time I pack it and everything, it's gonna weigh over a pound. So that's gonna be 1 to 2 pound rate on eBay. And that's how I do it. Like sometimes I weigh it out, sometimes I guesstimate. If something's almost 3 pounds, I know that it's probably going to end up being 3 to 4 pounds once I have all my packing material. So experience and guesswork. Okay, Michael says, I'm a part-time reseller, side hustle. I had the opportunity to buy some rare figures for a good price, but I've only ever sold items worth under $100. These are considerably more. How did you get comfortable selling rare, expensive items like the rare Funkos and Batman items? And is there anything I should do when packing, shipping, since I've never had issues in the past? So, honestly, if you've only ever sold like less expensive stuff and you're moving up to more expensive stuff, it's gonna be uncomfortable and a little scary. But those types of items, when you can get them at a good price and make a big score, that's the kind of thing that can really take you to the next level. You know, financially and just in a lot of ways, it can really open the door to the next level of reselling. I don't know how else to put that, but how do you get comfortable? You get comfortable by doing it. And you want to be smart about it. Like, you want to really do a lot of research, or as much as you can, before you make the purchase, before you make the buy. And yeah, really the only way to get comfortable is to do it. I know exactly what you're talking about, because I've been in those spots too, where I was only buying nickel and dime kind of stuff, and then a few big buys came my way and I did them, but I was nervous, like almost shaking, kind of sick feeling, you know. Like, I think you just kind of got to go through that. And is there anything different I should do when packing, shipping? Yeah, I would say if you're shipping more expensive items, like, we want all of our items to get where they're going safely, right? Of course we do. But should all items be treated equally? I don't think they should. I think if something's expensive, you should put extra time, extra care, and extra packing into it, just to make it as, and I'm not going to say bulletproof, because nothing's ever really bulletproof when it comes to packing, but I think that extra care goes a long way there, you know. And then also, if you're really worried about it, you should look at things like insurance and see if that's a good thing for you, especially since you're just moving into higher price stuff. You might want to buy insurance on those things at first, and maybe later on, if you're doing a lot of volume, maybe then you don't. But yeah, definitely pack them better. So good question. Best of luck to you with that buy. There's no other way to do it other than to do it and to get through it, right? All right, Real Deal McNeil. I think most sellers worry way too much about going full-time. I've sold part-time for almost 22 years making full-time money. It has allowed me to experiment with other avenues of making money. I agree with that. I think that someone that has a full-time job that they really do like and enjoy, and they have reselling on the side, to me that's a perfect match right there. Because jobs, like, I don't want a job, but I didn't love my job. You know, like if I had a job that I truly loved and it brought me fulfillment, and you know, I enjoy going to work every day, that would be way different. I might not be standing here right now. You know, I might be working that job still. So not everybody's in the same situation. But yeah, a good job that you enjoy with reselling on the side, that sounds like a winner. Sounds like a really good thing. Like I wouldn't necessarily be trying to leave that either. And it also provides you some some safety, or you know, like a safety net just in case something would happen to that job. So I think you make a good point. Okay, this next comment is very interesting. Definitely had to read this one. Lennon's Cat. That message from the buyer of the Dragon Ball Z game is planting a seed to possibly use it as a way to get a refund. I sell a lot of items on eBay, and it's always the video game buyers I have problems with. Most of them ask questions that are too specific and try to get me to talk myself into trouble. Now I just tell them that if the pictures and description cannot answer your question, then this item is not for you. On the lower price games, I try to get the item for free by opening a buyer request and hoping that you will just hit the refund buyer and keep the item button. If that happens, make them return the game, because they don't bother you after that, and they don't return. Just a heads up. And usually I say, okay, just assume good intentions, and you know, don't be paranoid and things like that. But I actually agree with everything that Lennon's Cat said in that message. And that's kind of a strong stance, but I think it's true. People that ask like over and over, like you all know, if you've sold on eBay at all, is this thing in perfect condition? Are there any scratches at all? You know, like, and they just ask question. And after a while, it's like they're trying to talk you, like you said, they're trying to talk you into over-promising or exaggerating the condition of your item, at which point they will get it and they'll try and get like probably a partial refund or something like that. They're trying to get you to talk yourself into, how did he put it? Talk yourself into trouble. That's what he said. I couldn't agree with that more. The people that ask tons and tons and tons of questions about something that is either clearly stated or clearly shown by photographs, that's a red flag for me. I don't like doing business with people like that. So, and I know some of y'all are going to disagree, and that's fine. Just experience tells me that question askers are trouble. I don't mean all questions, but there are certain questions that just kind of tip me off that, hey, this is going to be a problem. And I really like how, you know, you can very politely say, if the pictures and descriptions cannot answer your questions, and this item is not for you. You know, like, I don't have a big problem with that if you've already had some dialogue back and forth. You know, maybe you should find another seller for this item. Thanks for your inquiry. You know, something like that. I've actually told people that before. So I really think that post is good. Brian Fiddler made an interesting comment. He said, I should lot together sneakers of the same size to get sales price up to $100, still in the right category. And if you missed it the other day, it was talking about this promotion that eBay has right now to give no insertion fees and no final value fees on athletic shoes that sell for $100 or more. Selling price only, not including the shipping. So Brian is saying, okay, put 3 or 4 pairs of shoes together till you get to $100 and sell them like that. That's an interesting strategy. I don't know if that will work. Has anybody done that? It seems like a workaround because eBay's trying to get the more expensive shoes on the platform and off of other platforms probably, but that is definitely not what they intended, what Brian is suggesting there. But would it work, and would it violate terms of that promotion? I don't know. Has anybody done that before? That's very creative thinking though, Brian. I like that. Sarah says, Lonnie, is the 127 yard sale going to happen? I hope so. I would love a road trip with my family. So Sarah, let's see. I'm on the 127yardsale.com. 127yardsale.com is the website, and they actually have a link up here for COVID-19 updates. The 127 yard sale will go on as planned August 6th through 9th, 2020. And then they have some information there. More than enough space to allow for social distancing. I agree with that. Unless you get to some of those places where they have fields with a lot of people set up, that can get kind of tight. But for the most part, I think if you're a reasonably healthy person and you wear masks and disinfect in between stops and things like that, I feel comfortable enough with doing that. That's not necessarily for everybody. Okay, so anyways, yeah, go over there and read that. But yeah, so right now, as of right now, it's on, and I'll definitely be out there, Sarah. So hopefully you can go out there and have fun too. Patty, really curious why you and others like Justin, etc., do not make a list of all that you need to pull and then go to that spot, grab all needed, and then separate when get ready to make shipments, instead of running back and forth, back and forth like you did on this video with the games, etc. You make me tired just watching you guys do that over and over. Okay, so I understand, and I think it's important to remember when you're watching these videos that these are videos. So if I wasn't making this video, would I do things a little differently here and there? Yes, I would. I definitely would. But if I was going for max efficiency with pulling orders, I wouldn't even turn the camera on to begin with. So consider that I have two priorities there. Number one, I want to pull the orders. Number two, I want to make a video. And I try and do both to my best ability. So yeah, would I do it differently if I wasn't recording? Absolutely. I would do it as fast as possible. So I think you make a good point there. But yeah, I like making the video. So if it does make you tired watching that, then there are timestamps, and you can actually skip that whole thing if you want to. So those are there for your convenience. Matthew says, what other sites do you sell other than eBay? So I basically just sell on eBay. That's where I sell pretty much everything. Very occasionally I'll sell something on Facebook Marketplace. That's pretty rare. Like whenever I finish getting that Z-Rack thing, I'll sell that on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, pretty much eBay. Also, I do sell on my own site, garageflips.store, occasionally. These guys are going to be back in stock very soon. I have a very large order coming in. Probably either Friday or early next week, I'll have them up on this site. So that's the only places I really sell. I'm not very what do you call that? Diversified. Will's Cottage, is commons and pickles a real term? I know what commons are, but what are your pickles? So this is a term. Pickles are a term I picked up from Barry, the 5-day flipper. He's got a YouTube channel. I don't think he's done anything with it a long time, but he called them butt pickles, basically, which means turds. So whenever I call something a pickle or make a pickle pile, I'm talking about turds. So those are low value filler type games that you maybe bundle together to make something worth selling, or maybe you bundle them with a system or something like that. So that, which would be called a pickle pile at that point. So that's where that came from. We're trying to get it accepted as like an actual word, but we'll see. Taylor says, I have decent traffic to my items, but am not turning the items as fast as I would like. Could this be due to the fact that I don't offer returns? I have a fear of getting scammed, therefore don't offer it. Should I open everything up for returns? Would this help sell through? Well, I think that if you think that it could help sell through, because I don't know, because I've offered returns on pretty much everything for so long, I don't even know if it makes a difference or not, and I don't get that many returns. So I think your fear of returns is probably going to be mostly unfounded. I think you could probably safely, you know what I would do if I were you? I would turn the returns on for a month and see what happens. What's the worst thing that could happen is maybe you get a couple of returns. What's the best thing that could happen? Maybe you sell a lot more stuff, right? So just try it out, see, and chart your results for yourself. That would be like, that's usually what I like to do. I wonder what would happen if I did this. Well, I do it. I try it for a while. It doesn't mean you can't switch back if it goes poorly. And if things go poorly, they probably won't be that bad, right? So give it a shot. Travis, I noticed on some of your listings you don't use the white background. I very rarely use a white background anymore. I feel like some items just stand out better with different color backgrounds. Is it the same for you? Furthermore, my sell-through rate on items that don't have a white background seem to be higher. Yeah, this is something I've thought for quite a while. I think that using a bright white background, it's supposed to improve your search results because Google can index your image better. I don't even know how many of my items actually get sold because of Google, honestly. I would say probably not many. I'm with you. I want the background to look good. I think the whole white background thing is overblown. That's just my opinion. Most people would say that I'm wrong, and I'm cool with that. So if you have great sell-through, man, and you have good results with the background you're using, I wouldn't change it. Okay, everybody's gonna fight me on this one. That's how I feel, though. I think people hear it. I think people hear it from others. Always use white background, pure white background, and then it just, after a while, it just becomes common knowledge. You have to use pure white background. But yeah, I don't think it's true. Might depend on what you sell, though. Okay, last one. Cooking with Mary Sue. Any advice from anyone on how to pack a 21 by 33 canvas painting to ship? Seems I'd need a 24 by 36 box if they make one, or Frankenbox it. I've never shipped anything that big, like a big flat painting or anything like that, but I'm reading this because I want to hear in the comments how you guys would pack something like that, if y'all have. I know people have used like pool noodles and all kind of crazy stuff. I just want to hear how you would pack that package. Also, I will warn you, Mary Sue, to make sure that the dimensions of that thing don't exceed dimensions that the carrier will actually deliver, you know. And it definitely at those kind of dimensions, you're going to be looking at UPS or FedEx, I would think. So yeah, how do y'all think that Mary Sue, Cooking with Mary Sue, should pack this huge painting? I want to see it too. I've actually got some frame posters I've been neglecting to list because I'm scared to ship them, to be honest. So anyways, that is going to be it for today. Thank y'all very much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.